This is Team Quattro, and today our project is strengthening cybersecurity in critical infrastructure on energy grids. And today we are mainly focusing on project plan and budget breakdown. And our team members are Kumari, Anis, Rahul Sama, and myself, Jitendra. Coming to the introduction of the topic, cybersecurity in energy grids is nothing but emphasizing the importance of potential critical infrastructure from cyber threats. The energy grid is a vital component of national security, and this project aims to enhance its resilience against potential cyber attacks such as ransomware. So, coming on to the next slide. So, this is the project objectives. We have four different categories for our objectives. The first one is network segmentation, containing the network in compartment limits the cross collection of the attackers, which is in turn decreases the extent of breach. And the second one is endpoint protection, which enhances the endpoint protection to monitor and prevent unauthorized activities on devices like servers and controllers. And the next one is threat detection, which implement real-time threat detection using SIEM systems to constantly monitor security incidents. And the next one is disaster recovery. So we develop disaster recovery systems for quick response to attacks and to create backups and restoration processes. Coming on to the next slide. So coming this, we are at the project timeline. So the timelines and milestones. The project is divided into 6 phases, each with defined task and milestone. The first one is research and evaluation, like which is which would take about 3 weeks. So the first step of this activity is to take stock of the institution infrastructure that currently exists and to evaluate how well protected it is. And the milestone for this step is filling of the vulnerability report. And the second one is tool selection. So in this, we select endpoint protection solution or threat detection and network segmentation solutions. And the milestone for this step is approval of selected tools. And this would take around 1 to 2 weeks. And the next step is like procurement, which would take around 2 to 3 weeks, which we need to buy all hardware and software. And the milestone of this particular step is acquisition of equipment. And the next one is development and testing, and which would take around 4 to 6 weeks. In this particular step, we acquire of facilities to boost functionality of tools. And the milestone of this step is establishing a successful testing system. And the next one is staff training. So which would take around 2 to 3 weeks to train the staff on the new systems and cybersecurity protocols. And the final step is monitoring and optimization. This is done by monitoring the various systems and applying all necessary updates as they remain as fundamental key to combating risk successfully. So the milestone of this step is that we need to acquire the requirements of subsequent continuous monitoring systems and need to be set on time. And coming on to the next step, which is budget breakdown. So for this, the core systems needed to secure energy grids, so which includes servers, firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention systems, and network segmentation and backup systems. So for the servers, which is nothing but a critical requirement for the storage and compute of data with protection, encryption, and access privileges. So the estimated cost for this servers are $20,000 for 2 servers. And the next one is firewalls to mitigate network traffic and limit networking security. So for the estimated cost for the firewalls would be around 8,000. And the next one is intrusion detection or prevention systems, IDS or IPSs. So to detect the abnormal traffic flow and eliminate attacks, uh, uh, so the approximate cost for this particular system is $12,000. And the next one is endpoint protection, which defends singular devices from infections. So the estimated cost for this protection system would be around 10,000. And the last one is network segmentation to secure the network by segregating areas of network. So the estimated cost would be 15,000. And we also need a backup system, which would cost around 5,000. So the total cost for equipment and devices would be 70,000. And we also need faculties, which is like physical upgrade may be needed to accommodate new equipment. So space upgrades like control physical facilities, managing server and backup would around cost us like 5,000. And we also need cyber security experts, contractors, and security analysts. So for all this faculty, we would around need like $180,000 annually. And for the training, we would be needing 11,000 one time. And for the maintenance, it would cost around 10,000 annually. So the total budget would be equipment and devices would be 70,000, and facilities would be 5,000. Personnel would be 180,000. Training would be 11,000, and maintenance would be 10,000. And coming on to the next slide, the cost savings. Yet one of the vulnerable financial impact that needs to be addressed is in contact with cybersecurity enhancement is to proposed idea loss minimization. So these savings are due to avoidance of operating loss or lowered insurance expenses and elimination or detection of legal and recovery expenses. So for this, we're gonna do is reduce downtime and lower insurance cost and avoidant ransom payments and recovery costs, which is nothing but an efficient ransom attack requires millions to be paid as ransom, not forgetting the extra expense incurred in the entire process. So, for instance, the Colonial Pipeline that was attacked in 2021 cost the attacker $4.4 million, and other cost recurrent from such attacks like recovery and operational holdup. So, thus, energy grids could secure millions of dollars in ransom and prevent legal action with subsequent recovery expenses that usually flow such attacks. So, coming on to the next slide, which is task breakdown. So we were four of us in our team, so we divided the task accordingly. So the research and evaluation will be done by me, Jitendra, and the procurement will be done by Kumari, and the development and testing will be taken care by SMD Anis, and training and monitoring will be taken care by Rahul Sama. And coming on to the next slide, so I would like to conclude this presentation. So the need of effective framework that will enhance cybersecurity of energy grids cannot be over compromised given rise of new threats such as ransomware. Through procurement of appropriate tools and gears, facilities renovation and quality staff employment, energy grids would require are defensible from cyber threats. So regular staff teaching and constant equipment upgrade guarantee that such cybersecurity procedures are permanent. So the budget plan describes the financial requirements for achieving the vision outlined for one and repeated necessary expenditure at various cycles of the stability and protection of energy grids. So thank you for sparing your time for our presentation. Thank you. Have a good one.